Namaste. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across the planet, around the world. My name is Greg Prescott from in5d.com and Zentasia.com as well. And tonight we're doing another Zentasia Spirit Chat. And our topic tonight is past lives. So if you've had any past life recall, we encourage you to come on in and join us. Tell us what your past lives were. How did you find out about a past life recall? Did you get one in a dream? Was it a download? We would like to know, because your information is going to help a lot of other people in helping them find out about their past lives. So, without any further ado, let's just jump right into it, shall we? I'll start out too. My past, I've had two past lives that I know about from Atlantis and one from the Maya civilization. Let's cover the Atlantean ones first. My first lifetime in Atlantis, I was a sculptor and an artist, and I made beautiful works of art, paintings and statues and stuff like that. And I was helped beautifying what Atlantis looked like, and it was just amazing. And I honestly, I don't remember. I don't even think there was any kind of monetary payment. You just did it because it was what you wanted to do. You were following your life purpose and your heart. And I thought that was pretty cool. The second lifetime I had in Atlantis was at the end of Atlantis, and that wasn't good. Now, bear in mind that we've all been the best of the best and the worst of the worst in our past lives. Well, this past life for me wasn't good. I was pretty bad. I was a scientist in charge of the genetic modification of plants, animals, and insects. And the creations that I came up with were hideous. And as Atlantis was sinking, this is how late in Atlantis it was. I was there for its demise. But as late as it was, and as we were sinking, I remember telling myself, we can't let this happen again. We can't let this happen again. And you look around, it's already happening. It's already all, you see these like pig people and all these different mutations that are going on. It's happening, and history's repeating itself. It's pretty sad. Another incarnation that I had in a past life, and I think this might have been my last past life, and it was back during the Spanish Inquisition. And I was a Mayan elder. I wasn't anyone popular. I wasn't Quetzalcoatl or anyone like that. I was just an old man in the Maya country. And like I said, it was during the Spanish Inquisition, and the Spaniards were just going through our town, destroying and ruining everything. And it broke my heart, and they threatened to kill me if I didn't convert to Christianity. And reluctantly, I agreed with them, but I lied only so I could pass on my knowledge, my inner knowledge, what's been passed on to me for generations, to my children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. So it's probably, it probably explains my disdain for organized religion, being threatened. Where's your love thy neighbor? Love thy neighbor if they're Christian, otherwise we'll kill you. That's basically what they were saying. So anyway, two of these past lives were from, there's an MP3 you can find on in5d. Go to in5d.com. Well, right there. And just type in MP3. That's the only thing you have to type in, MP3, because there's only one that I uploaded on N5D, and listen to that when you're about to go to sleep. And it triggered past lives for me, and hopefully it will for you as well. I'm going to put a link in the chat here if I can find it. I know I got it here somewhere for whoever wants to come in and join us and talk about their past lives. Now, this is what it's all about. We're all learning from each other, right? And it's important that, you know, these stories get out there. So if you want to join us, feel free to do so. And I'm going to bring in, well, I got two Chris's here. That's interesting. I'm not sure which Chris to bring. I'll bring in the most recent Chris. And Jeremiah. Who's the other one?
Okay. Awesome.
Who's the other Chris there? I see two Chris's down here. And they're both you.
I came in two different ways.
Oh, okay.
Which was right. And
they both were right.
Echoing.
Yeah, because you have two on. You got to get rid of one of them.
Okay. How do I do that?
I'll do it on the other one. I can. Okay. I think I can do that. Kick from studio. There we go. All right. That should do it. So tonight's topic obviously is past lives. You want to lead off with past lives for you?
Me? Yeah, sure. Yeah. I had a couple. I did.
We'll go to Jeremiah.
Past. Do you want him to go?
No, and then we'll go to Jeremiah afterwards.
I had 2 or 3 done to see the cause of some of my physical problems, you know. Anyway, one I didn't realize that's what this was tonight. I didn't check, or I would have looked up the date, but it was a long time ago, and there was a hurricane in Florida, and I lived by the coast, and I lived through it, and so did the person I was married to. But long story short, he ended up going and helping some other people, and he had passed, and I had to move because of that. And I kind of ended up just all alone and ended up living to an old age and just dying. It was really kind of sad. That one was. The other one my son told me about, his visions, you know, like when he dreams and meditates. And he said he was my father. And I was bad in that one. I did black magic, and it backfired on me, and he said he had to watch me die.
Aw.
So those are a couple of them. But
so you were not a good witch in that.
I was not a good witch back then. That's why I'm a good witch now, I guess.
Yeah.
Didn't want that to happen again.
Well, you know, a lot of these past lives is what, you know, we talk about being or atoning for previous past lives, you know, and it's the only way I can honestly explain child abuse. Child abuse is the most heinous thing that anyone can ever do.
Yes, absolutely.
Period. But what if that child that was being abused was the abuser in a previous lifetime?
Correct. Yeah.
Would that help explain it? Yeah. It doesn't make things any better for this lifetime and what that child's going through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but that's, yeah. And that sounds like, you know, you did your karmic circle. You were the bad witch. And like I said, we've all had bad.
Yeah.
We weren't good people in every lifetime.
Right.
You know, we had our share of bad people times. So now you're the good witch. There's nothing wrong with that. You're Glenda. Isn't that the one?
Yeah, right. The West.
Yeah, right.
I guess.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing. And I'm going to post that link again in the chat for anyone else who wants to come in. And I see Lisa behind Jeremiah.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, everybody.
Okay. Jeremiah, you're up. We want to talk about your past life or
I do.
lives.
I do.
All right.
Well, I was in Africa, and I helped create like, a green flag. I'm
Can you speak up a little, please? You sound like you're far away from your microphone.
sorry.
You were in Africa, you said?
It was,
Okay.
and I was helping my brothers to create this flag with them.
Okay.
This green flag with like a I forgot what it was.
Was it Nigeria?
Yeah.
Have you seen that flag since that past life regression? Is it the actual flag of Nigeria that you helped create?
It is.
It
Wow.
is.
Cool.
All right. All right. Power to the people.
We looked it up. We looked it up.
All right.
There's a green and white flag, and I just wrote in green and white flag of Africa, and that was the only one that came up was Nigeria,
Okay.
and he remembered it. He'd never seen it before in his life.
Wow. That's amazing, Jeremiah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Have you had any more past lives?
Probably.
Well, that you can remember. We'll put it that way.
Like I was a soldier.
A soldier. Okay.
Yeah.
Who are you for? What army?
I don't know.
You were just a soldier. You were in battle, but you don't know who you were battling against.
No.
World War II.
Yeah, probably.
Okay,
Horrible.
so that might have been your most recent past life. Then was World War II.
Yeah.
Do you have any unusual scars on you that might have been from a past life?
Yeah, he has traumas like shakes, tremors.
Okay.
Almost like from shell shock and headaches.
All right.
And he knew what a bomb was when he was. That's a terrible word to say, and I apologize, but he knew what that was. We saw a balloon that was a blimp when
Uh-huh.
he was like 3 years old, and he said, "Mama, bomb," and pointed to it. It was like a blimp down by a dumpster. It was it was just sitting there, and at 3 years old, he knew that was a bomb. It
Wow.
wasn't really, it was a blimp, but he pointed to it.
Right.
And he knew he had recognition. And then he's told me several times about dreaming of being in Japan and how bad he felt, that the bombs were there and everything.
Hiroshima. Yeah. Yeah.
Nagasaki.
Wow. Okay. That's cool. What about you, Lisa? Do you have any past life memories that you remember?
I've got a few.
Tell us.
Well, one of them, I've had this one for quite a while. I was a sorcerer.
Hang on. You look a lot like Jeremiah right now.
Oh yeah. Let me try to paint or something there.
There you are.
Hola.
There you are. All right. Let me here. I'll give you the solo there. There you go. How's that?
It's fine. Let me sit down because of the pain and stuff. But it was. I know I was a sorcerer in another life and really powerful. And I think I wasn't always on the good on. I wasn't always. I think I had so much rage in that life. I think I took it out on anyone that hurt me. I just laid, yeah. So, and another one, I remember Lemuria. I'm not sure if it was Lemuria or Atlantis, but I remember sinking, and I remember having like keys and light keys and trying to warn people not to do certain things, and everything sliding and falling, and um, and the two were linked, even though they were in different ages. That Lemuria and Atlantis like overlapped in time periods,
They did.
and I think it was um, some of the Atlanteans. I'm not sure how it worked, but it was like kind of like now, in a way. But anyway, it was like um, I just remember it sinking, and I was trying to save people, and I couldn't save them. I couldn't save them, and I guess I still carry that feeling with me, and I couldn't save people. And there were like libraries of knowledge that were destroyed, and that were my responsibility type thing.
Maybe that's where we knew each other from. The end of Atlantis.
It must be, Greg. I do remember you from. I'm pretty sure I remember you from somewhere in South America, like almost like an island place, and you were like a chief. And I think I was probably a little girl or something, like a child or something in a tribe, because I don't know. I have like memories of drums, jungles, things like that. So
That could have been the Mayan one, my Mayan past life.
maybe it was different Mayan tribes that knew each other, and I was,
Yeah.
you're probably like the chief over them or something, and you would bless the children and help them. I was probably one of the children there. That's pretty sure.
Well, Allie was there with me as well. So there's a bunch of us apparently that were in Atlantis at the end of it. And not all of us did very good things.
Hey, I was horrible. I know I do. It's horrible.
So I see Elsie is here joining us. Hi, Elsie. Thank you for coming on in. I can't hear you, but you have a great smile. There you are.
Thank you. I was just trying to figure out how to join. I went back and forth until I finally got in. Hi, you guys. Hi, everyone. Hello.
Hi. Would you like to tell us about your...
I really don't have anything that I recall, to be honest. So,
No?
but it's nice to hear all your experiences. Yeah, I don't recall anything. The only thing that I always recall as a little girl, um, and even though my husband now even says that my dad used to love it, and I've always been good with my hands, like healing with the hands. And when I was a little girl, I remember doing with my hands like on hurt animals and stuff like that. But I don't know where it's coming from. To be honest, I don't remember anything, so I don't recall anything.
Sometimes if you have like an affinity to a certain era and you can't figure out why, that's part of your past life recall. It's like, I know I've been here. My sister, Tara, and I saw Tara in the chat, but she likes all this like early 1900 or late 1800 kind of clothings and everything. And I think that she had a past life back then. But, do you feel like there's anything like an era or anything like that you're...
Oh, definitely, definitely. I've seen myself in dreams with this big, puffy dresses and stuff like that. And the funny thing is that my daughter Isabella also has the same kind of recollection. She says, "Mom, I know I've been there." Like that kind of like that time. So we're probably coming from, together from a past life. We don't know, but I'm pretty sure because we both have the same thing about those big, big dresses, like late 1800s maybe, and stuff like that.
I also believe, this is just one of my beliefs, and actually with what you said also, you had a dream. Don't be so sure that wasn't more than a dream. That probably was some past life coming through to you.
Maybe, yes. That's what I think.
Yeah. Also because it was so memorable for you, and it laid an impression on not only you but for your daughter as well.
it's so weird how we share stuff like that, and she's such an old soul. She's
Hmm.
21, but even my husband says, it surprises me that Isabella likes like black and white movies or like
Black
very old music that no 21-year-old listens to, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Well, it's interesting that you brought that up because I had a walk-in. I've had a number of walk-ins. My daughter and my ex-wife can tell you all the ones that they've noticed. But I got to the point where I can notice that I've had walk-ins, and like my last walk-in liked big band and swing music. And anyone that knows me knows that I play lead and rhythm guitar in hard rock bands for most of my life. And it's like the furthest thing from hard rock was big band and swing. But all of a sudden I'm listening to that and I'm like, hey, this is pretty cool. Maybe I had a past life then. I don't know. I
Yeah.
kind of think my last one was the Mayan one, but it's possible. I don't know.
Yeah. Very possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can you tell if you got a walk-in?
There will be something that changes within you, that a distinct personality change that happens.
Mhm.
And we're going to do a whole show on this.
Yeah.
Maybe next week we'll put on walk-ins. But yeah,
Good to
and
see everyone.
we got people chatting. I wish you guys would come in and tell us about your experience. Like Linda and Christina have a couple experiences that they're talking about in the chat. Linda said one of her past life journeys. Allie took her on. She saw visions when I was traveling, when I ran a traveling dance theater production company. Very cool. And Christina, love. Hi, Christina. My 22-year-old daughter, Tessa, has loved black and white movies since she was a toddler. She likes Victorian, Gothic, cute fashion. So, yeah, that's what it sounds like, Christina, that she has a past life from back then. And yeah. Can a dog walk in? That's a good question, Karen. And I don't see why not, honestly, because there was a movie that Allie and I watched, and I forgot the name of it. Allie is in the chat, and if you could put the name in there, it says this dog keeps coming back and to the same family, but as a different dog.
Mm-hmm. I've
It's
seen
really.
that movie.
Do you know what the
I can't
name?
remember the name, but I know I've seen it.
Yeah, it's an adorable movie, but.
The Dog's Journey.
Yes, thank you. And Allie just put that in the
Ellie
chat
just put
as
it
well.
there. Yeah, I read it.
Yeah. It's a great movie on, past lives and reincarnation and coming back. So yeah, I would imagine. And you got to think about it too. In this incarnation I'm Greg Prescott, but I wasn't Prescott at all. That's just the name attached to this vessel right now. Chances are we all had much different names. Obviously, many of us were male and we had female backgrounds. We've been everything, and chances are you're not your last name. And that's why it's really not important. Like if my daughter has a child or not, it doesn't matter because, if the bloodline Prescott name lineage ends with her, so what? She'll come back as someone else. And, it's just that lineage. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. It's who you are and what your soul is. It's the only thing that's important. So any other past lives for anyone?
What about star lineage, star past lives or future lives?
Mm.
Other star systems. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Star seeds.
Yeah.
Is that what they're called? Star seeds?
Mm-hmm. I don't have any recollection of them from a previous life, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that have. I wonder how much we're allowed to remember, and how much we actually, might bleed through and we catch glimpses of it.
I never really remember anything myself. Mine was just from past life regressions.
Mm-hmm.
I was a soldier and I wasn't a very nice one. I know I had a really hard time being bad because I didn't want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was back to why I have arthritis in my hands so bad, and to let it go is because I had to shoot so many people and I didn't like
Wow.
it.
Oh yeah,
Damn.
I can. Yeah.
Elsie, you look like you had something to say.
Yes, I wanted to share something that it it kind of bugged me for a long time because I didn't know how to explain this recurring dream that I had. I knew it was not here on Earth, and I saw myself in the because it was a dream, like a repetitive dream, and I knew it was a different planet, but to me it felt like it was I was in a place where it was hollow and it was metallic, but it was very like almost like very primitive, like people fighting and stuff like that. And I was observing that. And then one day I had like a vivid dream, like I was just relaxing and I saw myself like on outer space and I saw on the horizon a planet very similar to Jupiter. But from what I was seeing it was huge. I can see it on the horizon. And and I remember that like my heart was like aching. I miss it so much, but I don't know what place was that. And then that's stopped. So sometimes when I see the picture of Jupiter on social media or whatever, any images, it kind of reminds me and it triggers that feeling like I'm missing something.
That
And when I
sounds.
was
Wow.
and when I was a little girl with my dad, we used to go to the roof of the house. And I keep telling my dad that I want to go back to the stars. And my dad said, "Go back? You mean you mean like when you were in heaven before you came to us?" He goes, "No, I want to go home. I want to go back to the stars." And my dad will always take me to the roof of the house to see the stars.
No.
And since I was a little kid, as a matter of fact, when I
Wow.
was growing up, I wanted to be an astronaut so I can go to the stars.
Aw, that's great.
Yeah, but that memory's always been embedded in my being, but I don't have explanation of that.
Oh, those are wonderful stories that you shared, and I think because of the powerfulness that and the attachment that you have to those stories, yeah, they're both from past lives. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's beautiful. Thank you. I see a
Mhm.
question here in the chat from my friend Joe in upstate New York. Uh, he says, I really feel my father-in-law, Bill, has come back as my son, Caden. Caden reminds us of him. He has the same exact mannerisms and likes. Yeah. So it's quite well possible, Joe, that, that's what happened, so it'd be interesting to have him have a past life regression and maybe go, back to his previous life and find out, if in fact that was him. You never know. That'd be cool. I was talking earlier today on the show that if you go to N5D and type in MP3 in the search bar, you'll find a past life regression MP3. It's free. Check it out. You listen to it while you fall asleep, and it triggers your past lives. So, or at least a past life for you. So maybe you should recommend that to him or have him try it out, see what happens. Right. Um, here's one from Starfeather. She says, I remember a past life in the Pleiades as someone from a tribe of people who had orange skin and black hair. Were their last names Trump? Orange hair? Oh, orange skin. It wasn't orange hair. All right, I'm sorry. They were so advanced, they didn't need technology. They could do everything with their mind. Telepathy. Yeah, right on. Oh, that's cool. What a great dream that was, right? Or past life. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. So she goes on to say that she was a shaman. And I became a teacher that used crystals to transmit information to a lot of people. Wow. Very cool. Very, very cool. Linda says that she resonates with being a starseed. One of my starseed confirmation readings indicates that I, soul, currently reside as a ninth dimension Pleiadian. Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys should be in here talking about this instead of me reading them. Don't be shy. Come on in. My favorite QHHT session was a bit traumatic. Is an ancient war between factions and hybrid humans. Anu, in the whole area between the Dead Sea, Egypt main center was Petra, and we had a portal for us watchers. Wow. Okay. I think I'm caught up. Yeah. So yeah, I don't have anything more. I want to thank you guys for coming on in and sharing your stories. I wish there were more people to come in and share theirs, but as we know, we're all introverts and it's not easy for us to come in and do this, but we're here and we're doing it and showing people that this is normal and it's okay.
At least you don't roll your eyes at me and laugh at me like my friends do if I tell them so.
Of course not.
Stuff like that. So
And
that's nice.
I have a reminder too of for my Patreon followers of 555 and more. In about 27 minutes, we have our Insiders Club private chat, and I sent out the link on Patreon. So hopefully, I'll see all of you over there for that. Once again, I want to thank you guys for joining me here and sharing your stories, being out there in public, and having the courage to do this. It does take courage, and I applaud all of you for coming on and being part of our spirit chat tonight. So thank you very much. And thank you to everyone that's watching, to everyone that's in the chat, and to everyone that's watching this on the recorded version as well. So on that note, hopefully I'll see everybody else at the Patreon Insiders Club private chat. And thanks again for joining. Take care, everyone. Love you all.
Great. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.